Welcome, J Fusion fans. This is Philip, and today we'll be talking about Kamen Rider Zeo Episode 6. Although not entirely the whole episode of what happened, but rather one concept that has been I don't know, like the elephant in the room or the thing that sticks out like a sore thumb in that episode, which is the return of Takumi Inui and Masato Kusaka. So the return of Kamen Riders Faiz and Kaiza specifically. Now, before anything else, I'm actually diving into spoiler territory here. So if you haven't watched ZU episode 6 or Kamen Rider Faiz, the Heisei versus Showa Kamen Rider Taisen, or Kamen Rider Yongo, for that matter. So if you haven't watched these, I suggest you stop watching this video right now. Watch those first, then come back to this video. If not, and then, well, enjoy the show. So, we will start with what happened rather at the end of Kamen Rider Faiz. To those who are familiar with the show, of course, we all know that Takumi and the other Kamen Riders, fought against the Arch Orphanok, or the Orphanok King, as they would call it as well. Now, it was left ambiguous, although it seemed like a happy ending, while Kamen Rider Yongo reveals that they all actually died sometime after. It was indeed because they didn't actually destroy the Arch Orphanok, which makes sense if he came back sometime after that. So what happened is Kamen Riders Faiz, Kaiza, and Delta. And Kaiza, by the way, was not Kosaka Masato. He was killed in episode 47, but Yuji Kiba takes the Kaiza belt and uses that to aid Takumi in his fight against the Arch Orphanok. So Faiz, Kaiza, Delta, united to stand against the Arch Orphanok, and Kiba sacrificing his life, trying to stop, trying to hold down the Arch Orphanok so Takumi or Faiz can actually deliver the finishing blow. It seems to have worked, but it was revealed later on in that episode that the Orphanok King, or the Arch Orphanok, is apparently still intact. So he didn't disintegrate into ash like all of the other Orphanoks do when they get destroyed. So it was possible that he came back sometime after, fought the Riders again one last time, and it apparently destroyed them all, with the exception of the Cobra Orphanok, or Naoya Kaido, and he reveals that truth in Kamen Rider Yon. Now, in Heisei versus Showa Kamen Rider Taisen, Takumi also appears then. It somewhat served as a prequel to, his story in Kamen Rider Yongo. Sorry. So yeah, he also appears there aiding the heroes, but Masato Kosaka also appears in that movie. Now, I have mentioned earlier that he was killed in Kamen Rider Faiz episode 47, but he returns as like a spirit to haunt Takumi, represent his guilt in a way for not having, for not being able to save Masato in time. Although, if you watched Kamen Rider Faiz, you will understand that, yeah, Masato was more of a jackass and kinda deserved those comeuppance, don't you think? But anyway, yeah, that thing was brought back in the Heisei versus Showa Kamen Rider Taisen. But now, as with the Zeo episode 6, we see them together, stopping another fours and another Faiz from terrorizing students at Amanogawa High School. and it is probably due to Zio, going back in time and probably changing history for, again, we don't know how it works really. So he does go back in time, change history, and now we see them alive probably. So it is probably what happened. Now, before I thought of that idea, I was actually thinking that this is more of an alternate reality. Although, considering that Zio has a time travel concept and he changed the histories of the Kamen Riders, it was probably more of the history alteration rather than an alternate timeline entirely. So, what do you guys think? Is this the actual time continuity of Kamen Rider Faiz, or do you think that this is actually an alternate universe? So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment on what you think happened. So, anyways, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you are updated on the latest videos from JD Fusion. And this has been Philip. See you again.